The National Science Foundation tracks R&D funding in the United States, and the Congressional Research Service, an arm of the Library of Congress, looked at these figures, looking at 2019, the latest available, and found that across basic science, applied science, and development, federal government funding accounted for less than 10% of the total. And the share in each of those areas of the federal government's funding has been shrinking for the last 70 years to record lows. Not because government's spending less, but because business is spending more. It was business investment that delivered the technological solutions we needed in the pandemic. And business investment cannot be taken for granted. Think about the levels of risk that an innovative business faces. One, the normal business risks of supply and demand, changing market tastes, economic contraction. Add to that a layer of technical risk. What they're doing is new, inherently new. It may not work, often doesn't. 90% of new drugs don't make it to market, never have a return on investment. Third layer is political risk. That's what this waiver represents. It's the likelihood that governments may come back and arbitrarily or retrospectively change the rules, reflecting, as Como said, 30 years of investment in some cases. That sort of abrogation of the rule of law environment is anathema to business investment. It's anathema to innovation. And if our goal is technology transfer to the global south, the answer to that is to provide a stronger rule of law environment with better respect for private property rights in order to integrate more global stakeholders into that ecosystem for innovation. The licensing deals, the licensing partnerships, the technology transfer is happening, but too many countries have opted out because rather than embrace the TRIPS agreement and implement this infrastructure, they've instead rejected it. They've viewed it as something being forced on them by the West, by the wealthy countries, and in the process, intellectual property has been mischaracterized, misrepresented, and stigmatized, and that does a huge disservice to all of us.